that's kind of, I guess you might agree with me that that's general police issue is a Kevlar vest, probably what the deputies are wearing here today, that will stop a smaller round, which is the one we were looking at there.
Yes, sir.
It'll stop one. It won't stop one of those.
Usually not, depending on that vest, but yes, sir, typically.
Probably not, right? You wouldn't trust it.
No.
No. And so in order to do that, you need to put something inside the vest, right?
Yes.
It's normally a Kevlar plate.
A plate.
So you'd probably take your body armor off. You know, sometimes they've got spaces for you to put the plates in them.
Yes, sir.
Right, so you'd have to take your armor off, open it up, put the plate in it, right?
At some point, but they usually stay with it most of the time.
Unless you stay with it. And if you're doing a dual purpose thing, you've got your normal vest on, right?
Yes,
you
sir.
could have your plates in your bag, in a go bag in your vehicle, right?
It depends on that individual, yes, sir.
But you probably have plates in yours.
Yes.
Yeah, because otherwise, you wouldn't want to risk your life with that, right? Otherwise,
correct.
Yeah, of course. And that's is that the stuff you had on you that day when you were in Del Rio and you got this call?
Once I didn't have a helmet on.
You didn't have it. Well, you didn't have it on, but you said you just finished the deployment or something. You had short.
Correct.
But you have your equipment available to you.
Yes, yes, sir.
Right, and that's the equipment you had with you, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because you testified that you were in. I think you said you were in Del Rio.
Yes.
At the time this came in.
Yes, sir.
Or you became aware, right? Because you became aware that there was an incident developing.
Correct.
I'm assuming. So, and that's either through radio or telephone communication.
I was at the office and somebody had walked up to me and said, "Hey, we've heard that there's an active shooter there at Uvalde. Are you going?" And of course, yes.
Right. And so, because you're a law enforcement officer.
Yes, sir.
Right. And you're aware that there's this. Well, you're aware now. At the time, did you say there was an active shooter? Is that what you said?
Yes.
So you know that you hadn't seen that with your own eyes.
Correct.
But you know what an active shooter means.
Yes.
And if that, in fact, as we now know, this horrific thing happened, actually was an active shooter thing, situation. But you were in Del Rio, and there's nothing you could do about it.
Well, sure, but it's still going to respond.
No, of course. But what I'm saying is you were aware in Del Rio.
Yes.
And somebody said to you, Lieutenant, there is this situation going on, you've got to go.
Yes.
Right? And you did in fact go.
Yes.
And it's an hour away.
Yes.
From Del Rio to Uvalde.
Yes, sir.
And all the way there, you're probably receiving more information.
As much as we could.
As much as you could. And
sure.
We're not talking about the communications piece, that's for later on. But you received more and more information, I would imagine, right?
Yes.
As you travelled from your base to the scene.
Yes.
So you're aware of the gravity of this situation.
Yes.
Now it's developing.
Yes.
But being aware of it doesn't mean you can do anything.
Correct, because I wasn't there at the time.
Because otherwise, because that would make no sense at all, right? Because
I was in Del Rio and received the information, but I had to do something then.
Yeah, just because you're
stop
aware.
it.
You made you aware because you're a law enforcement officer, whether you're off or on duty, really, right?
Yes, sir.
And so just because you're aware of this incident, you can't do anything about it.
Not at that time, no,
that
sir.
That can't be the standard, right? Being aware of it.
Can you ask that question again? I'm sorry.
Well, just because you're aware of this situation is going on, you can't do anything to act because you know about it.
Correct, until I can get there.
Until you can see it.
Yes.
Right. And it might sound like a silly question, but
No, I understand.
And so I think that you said that when you got to the scene, it was, would you agree it was chaotic?
That's the word I was fixing to use, yes, sir.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a polite way to put it, right? Did you review any other reports or anything describing the scene?
No.
Because when I'm thinking about a word you might be thinking about using, but it was chaotic.
Very chaotic, yes, sir.
And which is not unusual in this kind of incident, right?
Well, it was the first one that I had responded to, but I mean, it's just very chaotic would be the precise word that I would use for it.
Well, let's just talk about that for a second, because you've got all that experience, right? And this is and lots and lots of training.
Yes, sir.
Right, and this is the first one you've ever been.
Yes, sir.
I mean, pray that no one ever has to go to another one ever again.
Oh, 100%.
But even with your training and your, I mean, not making light of it, you've got nearly a quarter of a century of firearms training.
Yes, sir.
Most of that as an instructor,
Yes, sir.
right? Where you train, right?
Yes.
Or where you get initial training,
Yes.
right, and basic stuff. You get basic tactical training, basic weapons.
Yes, sir.
Then you built on that and you've got more advanced training,
Yes, sir.
okay? And you trained on that
Yes.
and you practice it
Yes.
and you practice it
Yes, sir.
to become efficient
Yes, sir.
and to become proficient.
Yes, sir.
So that when you're called to use these skills, they're second nature,
Yes, sir.
right? Because finish my sentence for me, if you would. If you don't use it, you
Lose it.
If you don't use it, you lose it. That's right. So you have to train these skills and hone them and practice them for them to be second nature. So when something happens, you don't have to pause and think memory files. What's going on? What am I supposed to do now? Right?
Correct.
Because what I'm going on to is you said that while you're at the scene, the BORTAC team breached the classroom.
Correct.
Right. Now, tell me if you know, that's the Border Patrol Tactical Team,
Correct.
right? And I don't know, they're a very well trained bunch,
Yes.
right? And they're very proficient at what they do,
Yes, sir.
and they're very well equipped.
Yes.
And again, if you know, we could probably assume that they practice a lot,
Yes.
they train a lot.
I would suspect so.
So when they operate, they almost don't need to communicate with each other.
Correct.
To some extent,
Yes, sir.
but they're so well rehearsed, they get faced with a situation, they know what to do.
Yes, sir.
And in fact, that is what indeed happened here,
Yes, sir.
right? Eventually, when the BORTAC team arrived, they were the ones who breached and ended the situation, right?
Correct.
But you'd agree the difference, the qualities of the BORTAC folks are that all that training, lots and lots of training, lots and lots of practice in order to be able to do that.
Correct.
And they're properly equipped, right?
Yes, sir.
Because you'd agree that in order to do some sort of breach like the one that you're talking about, someone has got to be properly equipped.
Well, you would love for that to happen.
Ideally, that's how you would train.
Ideally, yes, sir.
Training says doing things properly equipped.
Correct.
We live in a world of health and safety and stuff like that now, right? So you have to
Sure, so you're going to respond without the helmet and the vest and stuff like that.
yeah, but so the BORTAC team, they were armed with long weapons.
I believe so.
Yeah, and what I mean long weapons are you know, I might move around. I'll do it anyway, like a long arm,
Yes.
like the one you found in you'll find it in a minute, and a pistol.
Yes, sir.
Properly rated vests.
Yes.
And a shield. So they're the ones got there and did that. Right. And so that's what happened there. So, and I'm assuming that this has all gone on, and once that's happened and been cleared, that's when you can move over to your duties of collecting evidence and documenting the scene and stuff.
Correct.
Yeah, you wouldn't do this while that was going on.
No, sir.
So after that had happened, this is when you got deployed to do this.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Right. But that wasn't the only thing you did in this case. You said you did some interviews, right?
Yes.
Let's talk about these photographs first. If you just give me 1 second, I want to... And you're on my approach with this?
Yes, sir.
Very good. I just want to talk to you about a couple of them. So we mentioned, I'll go get my notes, that you took a photograph. There was some evidence inside the vehicle that indicated an ownership, right?
Yes, sir.
And I think it's 63.
Or who had insurance of the vehicle?
Yeah, well, maybe possession of the vehicle, right? And let's
Yes,
find
sir.
63. Did you confirm that was?
Through the photographs.
What's it, 63 or 53? Oh, there you go. State 63. I can't read that. Can you read that? You probably can't read one of these.
No.
I
can't read it.
Okay, but you tried to ascertain whose vehicle it was, right?
Yes, sir, because through the photographs, we could always zoom in if we needed to see who that individual is.
We now know who was driving that vehicle, right?
Yes.
Yeah, who's that?
I don't know his name.
You don't know his name?
No, sir.
Yeah. And there's 64 states. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, yeah. And then 64 is a cell phone, right?
Yes, sir.
And that, do you know whose cell phone that was?
I don't know his name.
You know now, right?
No, I don't know his name.
You don't know his name?
No, sir.
You'd agree it's the guy who's responsible for this shooting, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Wait, hold on. I was gonna... Might be able to publish some of them on the screen. That would make it easier than me standing there, right? I mean, so this individual that you, I mean, generally speaking, this, from what you found, you know, do you know how many rounds of ammunition you found in that vehicle, in that bag?
No, sir.
Approximately.
No, sir, because we didn't unload those magazines, so I don't know. A bunch.
Yeah, a bunch,
Hundreds.
like a lot. So hundreds. That's where I was going. I mean,
Yes, sir.
there was this person, whoever was driving this vehicle, had another, you know, fairly high-powered semi-automatic rifle with hundreds of rounds of ammunition.
Potentially, yes, sir.
Right, and it looks possibly from looking at this evidence that person may have been firing that weapon inside the vehicle.
Or around the vehicle.
Or around the vehicle, because there are spent casings inside it.
Yes.
And so you took those photographs, and that's where your part of this investigation ended there at the scene with the truck, right?
Correct.
But I think that you also said, because we spoke earlier about your reports, right? And you said that you did some interviews.
Yes.
Of school people,
Yes.
school employees.
Correct.
And that wasn't that day, right?
No, sir. This is for the weeks, or for a week probably, every day for the next week or so.
So how long after this incident did you think you did these? What I'm getting at is, what was the time span? Was it the next day? Was it a week later?
So the next day I was dealing with returning property back to agencies who had just left their equipment, so I dealt with that. And then after that, it was more of dealing with, I had to go to the hospital the day of, right after this. Not for myself, but as part of the investigation. And then it was more a list of individuals who were employed at the school, officers that responded. So we broke that up and started conducting interviews.
Right.
So those are the interviews that I had done.
And so you spoke to a lot of school district employees. I'm not talking about Adrian, I'm talking about staff at the school district, right?
Correct.
And you spoke to all kinds of people, right?
Correct.
From coaches, I guess.
I don't believe it was more of staff, principal, secretaries, and then officers that responded.
And Ranger, I guess you would agree with me that your investigation showed a practice or a pattern of staff defeating the locks at the school, right?
Correct.
What I mean by that is there was a policy in place in the school district for the doors to be locked, the exterior doors to be locked.
Correct.
And for the interior doors of classrooms to be locked.
Correct.
Right? And they were fitted, I guess you would agree with me, with what has been called a lot of these doors, through your investigation, they're called Columbine doors, right?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. But they were fitted with doors that can only be locked from the outside.
Correct.
And there's a purpose for that, right?
From the individuals that I spoke to, the purpose for that was so a student couldn't lock a teacher outside the door.
Okay.
right? And that's a valid purpose, right? But what you know through your law, because you've been a firearms instructor for 24 years,